Hello, one and all! This is my review and reaction of the Ascendance of a Bookworm Season 4 trailer. Yes, people, we have finally gotten a trailer and a freaking release date! Spring 2026, which honestly is about what I was expecting. That I was definitely concerned to be like, late 2026, early 2027. I even saw some people on Reddit saying like, oh, we won't see it till at least 2028, which God above no. I could not have waited that long to see more of Myne, all her amazing bookworm glory. Oh, God, I can't wait. I truly cannot wait for this. For those of you who don't know, the light novel for the series is broken up into 5 parts, and the season 4, is going to be covering part 3. I know, confusing, don't worry about it, which is Myne's introduction into noble society and her having to learn all the rules, regulations, and just dealing with all the insanity that is magic, because, God love, I really feel like part 3 is the most magical part of the entire series, as everything feels fresh and new and shocking, and like, you can just do that? That's a thing? What the freak was any of that? It just wowed me again and again and again, and I cannot wait to see it animated, especially now that we have Wit Studio at the wheel. Yeah, for those who don't know, we got a new animation studio, Wit, who are also the people who made Ancient Magus Bride, which I couldn't have asked for a better studio. I genuinely couldn't have. I mean, especially season 1 of Ancient Magus Bride just had this just true magical feel to it. Everything felt ancient and mystic and amazing, and that's exactly what I want to see captured in this new season. But alright, I've been ranting long enough. Let's actually get into the trailer in 3, 2, 1. I love it. I absolutely love it. After everything, after all she's been through, after all the near-death experiences she's had, and actually dying, Myne's focus is still on books and wanting to read books. And that's something she can certainly do now because she's a freaking noble. She's getting adopted by Sylvester, the archduke, a man who lives in a castle with an enormous freaking library. So yeah, she can read all she wants now. Huzzah! Of course, she also has to deal with, all of everything involved in being a noble, but let's not worry about that right now. And speaking of noble excess, let's not forget that Myne, in her commoner days, lived in a, 5-6-story structure on, the top floor in this cramped little space that basically was a kitchen, a bedroom, and that was it. Well, this is how nobles live. Each noble family has their own freaking mansion that is just for their family and their servants. It is absurd. In fact, when commoners see this, they think to themselves, how? How do they live in a space that big? What would I even do with all that space? Love it. Absolutely love it. I do find it funny that despite these people being goddamn freaking nobles who can summon high bees that allow them to fly wherever they want, most nobles still take carriages where they're going because it's considered more proper. And also, when you have, children with you, it's a little bit hard to carry them while flying. It's risky, it's dangerous. So families, they always go in carriages, unless there's some incredible exception, like they're fleeing a war or something. Oh, and here we see a noble greeting. This is really cool. Basically, all nobles have these rings on their fingers, which serve to do other things, mainly to greet one another. And when you greet someone, you give this long speech that's depending on the season, the circumstances, and just so many other details. It's so long that actually the author doesn't even bother including it most of the time. Just, having Myne say, oh, we did our noble greetings, and we moved on to the actual important parts. Oh, I love it. But yeah, so here you just channel a little mana into your ring and send to the person you're greeting as a way of blessing them and honoring them. A girl who loves books, Rosa Myne. Yeah, so Myne needs a new name because, she's being adopted by a noble. She's going to be a noble. In fact, not a noble, she's being adopted by the freaking archduke, meaning she is technically in line to become the next archduke. So, yeah, nobles would not be particularly happy if they found out that she had been born a commoner, especially a commoner who then spent a lot of time in the temple. Nobles really look down on the temple. So in order to cover for all of that, they basically say, no, she's not a commoner, she's not Myne. Myne's dead. This is a totally different person who just looks just like her, who happens to be the long lost daughter of some other super important noble. Oh, I love it. It's such an obvious lie, but nobody, I mean, a lot of people question it. The people who are against her question it, but everyone else is like, oh, you're just against her. Of course you're going to question it. Everyone in the temple knows the truth, but nobody actually cares what people in the temple think about anything. And a bunch of commoners know what Myne looks like, but because, she's now a noble, a very high-ranking noble at that, commoners aren't really going to interact with her all that much. So it's a lie, but a lot of people know it's a lie, but nobody's really going to, question the lie all that much. Okay, interesting. I mean, there's definitely shots from, season 1 and 2, but I very much don't remember Luz looking like that in season 1 and 2. I think Wood Studio actually went back and remade the flashbacks, which is interesting. I mean, the style it's different. It's going to take me a second to get used to it. It's not bad, but like I said, different. I'll get used to it eventually. But the interesting thing is, though, that they went back and changed it so the anime would be more consistent. I think that's actually a very good sign. It's showing they are actually putting the work in to get this right, to make it look good, to make it look consistent, and it does imply they have a fairly substantial budget to get this done. I mean, a lot of, light novel readers, they were not happy with last season. They thought it was a definite step down in quality, both in terms of the visuals and everything that was cut out of it. So if we're going to get a bigger budget, if we're getting a studio that really does care about this project, that is a great sign right there. Oh, Ferdinand, that is a long, long story. Basically, I was born in another world. Yes, fun fact, other worlds do exist. And then I got crushed to death by books, and then my wish resulted in me being reborn in this world. And then I got a really high fever, which literally burned a hole in my soul and gave me access to my old memories. So, just something insane like that happened. God above. Also, Myne is so freaking adorable. I love her. Oh, and there's Myne actually putting her blood on the black charm, which is what, essentially resulted in her being adopted by Sylvester. That was the contract between them, and as a result, Myne couldn't be punished for attacking a noble because she herself was a noble, and rather that other noble, the foreign noble, Count Toad, had in fact attempted to kidnap and even murder the archduke's daughter, which is a big, big no-no, and could have caused a massive international incident. Oof. Oh, the blood splatter. That is unsettling. Oh, and Myne's down. Oh, God. You'll be eliminated. Oh, God, I love it. I absolutely love how they framed that, looking as if Myne was just, poisoned or shot or something. No. Rather, she was so excited about going to her new family's new library that she basically blacked out and was bedridden for several days. Yes, Myne. Myne is not a healthy person. Myne is, I know it's easy to forget, but she is one long walk away from just being done for the entire day, of fully blacking out. So yeah, they need to keep a very careful eye on her health at all times. And here we see, it's either Cornelius or Lamprecht. I can't remember which one of them actually came with her this time. I'm going to say Cornelius because that makes more sense, but yeah, so he's so excited, but he was happy to bring his sister for a walk, and then she passed out, and then after that, there was even this little shot at the end of the light novel, with, every time Myne sneezes or scratches her nose, Cornelius, jumps up are you going to black out again? Yeah, this encounter left him very much traumatized, and just so worried about her all the time, I loved it. Oh, yes, there we go. Okay, here we go. There is, oh God, I still can't tell if that's Cornelius or Lamprecht. I think it's Cornelius. I don't think Lamprecht was in the scene because he was working, but all right, we have Cornelius, and we have, god dang, freaking Elvira. Oh, she looks amazing. She looks so amazing. Honestly, I think she has a better design here than she does in the manga. Her beauty just really shines through. Oh, she's so amazing. She's such a great character. Such a great ally for Myne. I love her. I love her so freaking much. Also passionate. So passionate. And yeah, a mighty will within a tiny body. A very, very tiny, very sickly body at that. Oh, yeah. So Myne's not doing. Let's not forget, Myne, has lost her family. She can't see them anymore, and that is causing some severe mental damage, especially when she is reminded of them, like she is in this shot right here. Oh, that proud smile! Those proud smiles right there. Oh God, Ferdinand looked genuinely happy for her. Karstead looks happy for her, obviously. But Ferdinand, that is such a gentle and true smile on this cold, cold man's face. I love it. Yeah, that's another important thing, to protect my life and my family's. I know we started off with Myne, literally screaming, "I want to read books!" But importantly, she's doing all this. She's, becoming a noble for their sake. In order to protect them, she needs to become a convincing noble, not just a noble, a convincing archduke candidate. She's in line to be the goddamn archduke, so she needs to be perfect at all times. She can never stutter, she can never trip, she can never mess up a noble greeting. She needs to have noble etiquette down pat almost immediately. I think she has like a month to learn everything, but most nobles start training, learning the basics of how to be a noble almost from birth. So for her to get nothing and then just suddenly have to know everything and be perfect is a huge, huge burden to put on her. And more than that, I said she's going to be the Archduke's adopted daughter, so that's a huge thing. But also, she's going to come here from the temple. They're going to say that she grew up in the temple, and that is way, way worse for her, because people see the temple and they basically think, oh, that's a brothel. Now, there is a long and complex reason why that is, but basically, if you visit the temple even once to visit a family member who was turned to a blue priest who was stuck there, they will assume that you're there doing illicit substances and having a whole lot of sex, and they're going to look down on you. Your entire reputation for the rest of your life will be ruined. Seriously, I'm not even joking. That's actually how bad the temple is viewed by noble society. So yeah, as a result, Myne needs to be beyond perfect. She needs to impress everyone every step of the way so they are even willing to, look at her, basically. Oh, there we go. There we freaking go. Oh, her baptism. This is going to be... I can't wait. Seriously, when I found out that Wood Studio was going to be adapting this portion of the light novel, I was so excited because, like I said, part 3 is the most magical. We have scenes like this where magic is wild and vivid and just insane. And I feel like Wood Studio would be the best place to adapt that. I mean, they did Ancient Magic Bride. That's the exact vibe I would want from scenes like this. Just raw, pure magic raining down on people. Also, it does look like Myne is about to do some sort of Kamehameha super attack and murder a bunch of people while she has the most placid look on her face. It's not an attack, but definitely kind of looks that way. God, I love it. Oh, that smile right there. Oh God, I love that smile. Oh. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Ascendance Bookworm, adopted daughter of an archduke. Oh God. Oh God. Ferdinand, my man. Oh wait, headpats? Oh, Myne got headpats. Myne got headpats from Ferdinand. I love it. I absolutely love it. I mean, Ferdinand is a famously cold person to the point where when multiple people hear that Ferdinand has a child, not a child, but is the guardian of a child, they all assume okay, I'm sure he spent zero time with her. I'm sure he's basically just, handed her off to his attendants and has barely ever spoken to her. They cannot believe, they are physically incapable of believing that a man like Ferdinand is capable of looking after and even caring for a child. That is insane to them. Genuinely insane to them. Oh, but he cares. He really does care about her. Oh, don't be mean, high cleric. He's supposed to be the high priest, but whatever. And also importantly, Ferdinand is not in a great place mentally right here. I mean, despite how practical he is, he very much did not want to strip Myne away from her family. He wanted them to have as much time together as possible. And so the fact that Myne had to be adopted so much earlier it's bothering him. It is very, very much bothering him, and he's feeling a lot of guilt over it. Oh, and there was the visual we got of that same scene before that I said was so magical. I mean, that's the scene I think right there that I am most looking forward to, especially in the early episodes. It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait for it. But yeah, all right. So we didn't get a lot in this trailer. I mean, it's a minute trailer. I wasn't expecting a lot. Weirdly, they spent a lot of time focused on redoing old flashbacks to make the style more consistent, which is, like I said, a wild move to make because it does seem to imply they are passionate about making a consistent and high quality product. So good for them. That being said, the art style. Why is Gunther so sexy? Like, seriously, it feels like they put the original Gunther into ChatGPT and said, hey, make him sexier, which I am not particularly happy about, but I mean, everyone else looks fine in this scene. Thule, Effa, they're fine, but just Gunther looks like such a sexy man, and I am not comfortable with that at all. Alright, but like I said, mostly flashbacks. We get some scenes. Myne collapsing in the hallway, Myne meeting Elvira. I love Elvira, can't wait to see her. And a small part of Myne doing this, whatever this is. Oh god, I can't wait. I absolutely can't wait. But please, let me know down below. What do you think of the new art style? What do you think of them going back and remaking the old flashbacks? What are your expectations for this season? And if you have read a light novel, what scene are you most excited to see adapted? And do you think Wood Studio is the right place for this? Let me know what you think of all this down below. And until next time, peace!